Hey everybody, hello and good morning greetings from Fogelsville, Pennsylvania. Alright, today is Friday once again. Friday the 15th, 2017. Local time is 11:53. And we are loaded and headed for Frederick, Maryland. Frederick, Maryland is 155 miles. But that's not, I know that's not accurate. I also, good news and bad news, I also figure out why my GPS has been locking up. It's because of this Blackmagic design monitor and DVR recorder. I noticed that if it's on, then that thing will soon lock up. At first, I thought it was the magnet that I used to mount the Blackmagic design that was causing the I thought the magnet was interfering with the GPS, and I don't think that it is, because I put that GPS up there away from the magnet and it's still locked up. But as soon as I turned off the Blackmagic design, it works again. So it's got to be the electromagnetic field, that mumbo jumbo contraption Blackmagic design, that's causing the GPS to lock up, which is pretty good news, because I really thought that was a junker, right? Been kind of discouraged lately about needing to get one. Bad news is I'm gonna have to redesign my layout here and keep that away from that. By the way, I delivered today in Fredericks at Aldi's at 5 p.m. Then I am to head back down south to Mount Crawford and pick up a load there and headed back to Dallas, Texas. I don't know where, and I don't know when. Where and when in Dallas. All I know, it's just Mount Crawford, Virginia to Dallas, Texas. I am not picking up at Bakery de France, so certainly not going to Costco. Alright, the APU is working perfectly right now. It turns out that a couple of the mechanics that put it on put it crooked. Instead of aligning the grooves, each pulley has its grooves, right? And instead of being in the center, it was on the far right, and on this side it was on the far left, so that's why the edges were worn out. Well, so far I've been using it for, you know, since yesterday, except for last night. I didn't need to use it last night because it was cool enough for me to sleep last night without the reefer running, without the truck running, and without the APU running. So, and that's pretty rare to be able to do that. Nothing vibrating except your snoring. Once again, I got empty last night at about 9:30, 10 o'clock. I didn't even bother to close my doors. I just pulled out of the door, back into where the truck staging area was, and went to bed. It's good to air out those reefer trailer sometimes, you know. Hey, I need your help, everybody. I noticed that my subscribers is what, 29,000, almost 30,000. Could you guys help me out on making 30,000 by the end of this month? Man, that would be so cool. So please share them on your Facebook, Twitter, or whatever social media you're connected to. Help me grow this channel. My family and I are always grateful for you guys. Thank you. Not exactly sure how those thumbs up and comment work, but they say they help a lot. So, and don't forget to push that notification bell. That way you won't miss out on the video that just posted. know, not too long ago, I had a little bit of a conversation with an atheist, and yeah, an atheist. I asked him what was the meaning of what constitutes a life. Is a living organism alive or dead? You know, is there life in Mars? Is there life anywhere else but, you know, but on Earth? Or so what is life to a lot of people? Because, well, life is something that's growing and I also asked, and he was also a, by the way, what was the, what do you call that? A vegan. He's one of those extreme vegans that they won't even taste or eat honey because in their belief or in their view, honey is being extorted from honeybees. They're forced to work as slaves, and we collect their honeys. And I don't knock that. I don't. That's their right to believe. But what really shocked me was they're willing to search for life on Mars or other planets, and they're willing to stand up for the rights of the bees, but they are pro-life, pro-choice. And I just couldn't wrap my head around that. I mean, how can you protect the bees and animal rights and in search for life on other planet, but when it comes to a fetus, it's not yet alive until it's born, or it's not yet human. It doesn't have any rights until it's born out of the mom's womb. I just can't get my head wrapped around that. If ever was a double standard, I think that's it. The argument is it's a woman's body that she can do whatever she wants. That's true. That is true. But that's not the argument. The argument is that fetus a human being? Is that fetus a living human being? That is that's really the question. I also noticed that they're willing to stand up for criminals that are about to be executed. They'll go on protests. They'll go on protest for people that are sentenced to death for killing multiple people. But they're not willing to stand up for a little baby who hasn't done anything wrong. Look, we all have the right to believe whatever we want to believe. It's called self-choice, or you can believe whatever you want. I ain't gonna tell you how to believe, but it just boggles my mind that certain people can believe a certain way and seems to contradict the other things. And they always come up with the argument of incest and rape. The incest and the rape's got nothing to do with it. It's the circumstance in which how that baby got there. So is it fair to say then that I'm going to kill you because your father or your parent was a serial killer? Isn't that what we're trying to do by killing a baby because your father raped that mother, therefore you don't have the right to exist? Isn't that the same argument? Let's just say a woman gets raped, gets pregnant, and she says, I don't want this baby because I was raped. Isn't that the same argument that every child in this world that have criminal parents should also die? I hardly think so. Then the argument of, okay, if this baby is not killed, the mom will die. Why is it that most parents were willing to die for their kids, and some other would rather have sacrificed their kids for their welfare? And if truly, if someone's health is in danger because of pregnancy, you shouldn't have had sex in the first place. Again, how is that the baby's fault? But really, the main core of my argument is that a baby? Is that a life? Is that alive? Is that a human being? That's what we need. Let me backtrack from the beginning. Any argument about how the baby got there or what the reason is, it's null and void at this time. I got off topic, so let me backtrack. Say, the argument is that a baby? Is that a human being? Is that alive? That's all I'm asking. That's really all I'm asking is, would you consider that fetus a human being? They say 18 days, a heartbeat is already, the heart already beats at 18 days of conception. Forget about what the reason is, the circumstances. Just answer me that. Is that blob of tissue a human being or not? And if you want, you can answer other questions too. Alright, we'll catch you guys later. As always, thank you very much for watching, and have a good and godly day. Peace.